Chameleon. Hey, that would be a hard name.
Chameleon.
You got an idea.
Chameleon. Look, put million. But then put million.
Like a millionaire.
You feel me?
And you come in.
The dollar signs at the end of both. The dollar signs at both
ends. And you come in regular clothes.
Chameleon.
And you just jump up. You could probably go viral like that, or you could probably not have a job ever again.
I am with him on that. I think you should.
Like just crash strip club.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
With the
and just rip away your shit.
Yeah. Then they know that's what you gonna do.
But the French.
Popping on my champagne campaign. Popping on my champagne campaign.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Camille.
And it's Heaven.
And you're tuned in to Brunchism.
Popping on my champagne campaign. 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 Popping on my champagne campaign.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to this week's episode of Brunchism. I am your host, Camille. Behind the lens, I got my girl, Jasmine, making noise for the people.
What's up?
And to my left, I have my sometimes co-host sitting with me, Cam. It's nice to have you back.
I'm in the building.
All right, y'all, so Heaven is on some snake shit right now, so she couldn't come. And I mean that literally. You'll find out when she comes back. Love you, girl. All right, and we're continuing with our artist series. And a bunch of people been like, Camille, you know, 2 women, most of the time, no offense, Cam, be hosting the show. Where are the women artists at? Well, guess what? We got our first woman guest on our artist series.
Wow.
We got the DJ Miss Iesha. Say what's up to the people.
Hi, Iesha Irene.
Iesha
I feel
Irene.
very special. That's very yeah, that's up there.
Yeah, we're not waiting until I think it's only one more male. I think the next is just like woman. You feel me? It was coming. Y'all don't think that it wasn't coming. You feel me? I support. But, so, for our first segment, as you know, we usually do our org of the month, but since it's Black History Month and the Shade Room won't give us no black facts, I will, okay? So, for this week, we're honoring Miss Esther Jones, and for those of you that don't know Esther Jones, she is a jazz singer who the character Betty Boop was based off of. I didn't know that. Betty Boop was a black woman. I should have known because she was kind of thick. I mean, the signs was all there. I should have known, but I thought that was a pretty cool fact. So she was a jazz singer in Harlem. So shout out to Esther Jones, and let's move on.
My menu might be long.
That's why I consider What's up, y'all? And we're back with our first segment, What's on Your Menu? For our new listeners, it's the portion of the show where we sit back and talk about how our weeks are going and do a little catching up. We haven't talked to my guy Cam in a minute, so I'm excited to know what's been going on with you, Cam. I can tell by looking in your face we got some good things coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things coming. But we started months back. Since I haven't been months back, I have recently totaled a vehicle.
Wow.
And bought another one.
Not the whip. The whip that we was, you know, we just got it.
Yeah,
We was rolling.
Just got it. 2 months.
You was burning out, leaving the studio and shit?
Nah, man.
You had the car for 2 months.
Yeah. I crashed it by the airport, trying to pick up one of my peoples. Jumped the curb and some more. It was bad, but
You was trying to show off? That seems like some toxic masculinity.
No, I was trying to,
You was picking up a
avoid
female?
an accident.
Okay.
And I just got the car washed. Everything was wet still. And
That's what.
it went bad. But
Thankfully, you're okay.
yeah, but got another one now, so that's all it is to it. Yeah, but other than that, I've been chilling, you know. That's about it.
I believe that there's more.
I'm working on something, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be more...
So you still secretive as ever, huh? You still
Yeah,
giving us half-truths.
Yeah, but no, I'm working on something, you know, something big, you know, something major, involving the opposite sex, you know, so.
A baby? Is Cam dropping a baby
that sounds
in
about-
2019? That's only something, a baby, or you or your Kim Kardashian
No baby,
raising
man,
shit.
but,
And you about to drop a sex tape and put your whole family on. Which one is it?
I wish that could work like that. But
Kristen about to be on a reality show talking about thanks
Oh,
to
we
my
could
brother.
definitely have a reality show.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no baby.
If I guess
Can we
right,
get-
will you
yeah,
tell
give me
me?
like
Yeah,
a
something
clue?
major with the
I'm
opposite sex.
I'm working on
You about
a
to propose?
relationship.
You work in a relationship.
know, so you start responding to those DMs a little nicely, like we told you.
Hey.
Huh? You started being nice in the DMs like we told you, huh?
That's funny. I'm gonna make sure she hear that because that's funny. That's exactly how shit works.
You welcome, sis. Okay. He got a car crashing and got another one. You welcome.
Yeah, we're working on something though. But yeah, other than that, I've been chilling.
I ain't never heard no nigga announce a relationship like that.
Yeah,
I'm working on
It's
something.
major. You know what I'm saying? It's major.
I'm working on something with the
sex.
opposite sex.
I'm working on something with the opposite sex.
I don't think that's gonna go over well with her, but it's cool. That is what it is. All right, ask me what's on my menu, you can.
What's on your menu?
Oh, thank you for asking. I had a slow week. I was recovering from my birthday festivities. For those of you asking, I did not take 25 shots like
Happy
I said
belated
that I would.
birthday.
Thank you. Aquarius season, gang, gang.
Well,
I did not know that Michael B. Jordan and Trevante Rhodes was Aquarius. We make some fine brothers, don't we, Aquarius people?
That's too much water.
That's why it's raining outside. When I saw that, I saw the Instagram post. I was like, ooh, let me call Mother Nature and tell her I'm changing the weather today, okay? But yeah, my birthday was fun. Shout out to the homies. It was great. All
What'd you
those
do?
things. I did something that nobody should ever do. I went alcohol tasting, and then after that, I went tequila tasting.
Ooh,
so it was just
okay.
a lot.
Wow.
My stomach didn't really like it. I threw
Now,
up.
where did you go
Two
tasting
different
at?
It's this place called Green Bar Distillery in downtown.
Mm-hmm.
What did you eat before the festival?
Right.
I ate. What did I
What
eat?
did you eat?
I forgot. Jasmine, what did I eat? Was I with you? Yes, I was. We was together. I ate. I remember
Signs of
eating,
good time.
but I did eat. We were all together.
No,
I ate something at the house.
Yeah, because when I came, we recorded and then we went to the mall.
Yeah,
You
but
didn't
when we
eat
got
that.
back from the mall, I ate. I had some food in my house. I ate,
Okay,
but
so
I did eat. I
okay.
promise. I'm 25 now. I'm responsible. I did.
You should be doing that
I
at
ate.
25.
Yeah,
You should
it's
be turning up
about
like that.
time. Learning from my mistakes. But yeah, we went to Green Bar Distillery and they basically give you like a tour and then they let you take. It wasn't full shots. It was like half shots, maybe quarter shots.
Enough.
Yeah, it was
Enough
like
to get you where you.
but it was
where you
6 of them,
going.
yeah. So in the end, we maybe took like 2.5 shots.
Yeah.
But it was all of different alcohols, and only like 3 of them were good to me. And then after that, we went to this place in Hollywood, and they do tequila tasting. But since it was so many of us, we didn't really get like the experience, which I was kind of mad at, because they supposed to explain it to you, all of that shit. But he was just like, "Listen, I'm about to give y'all 24 margaritas. Figure it out." And so we did. But they were interesting. One of them had like a waffle or something. They had like, there was one of them where it was one flavor at the bottom and one at the top. That was pretty cool. And then after that, I woke up the next morning. So
One on fire.
Oh yeah, it was crazy, but it was fun. I mean, it was a good time, but just don't plan nothing for like 2 days after that.
Right.
Well, I was man down. I don't know about everybody else, but I was man
You
down.
didn't get nothing with a worm in it?
No. I've heard about those
Unleash a
tequilas.
movie thing?
And they put scorpions too sometimes.
I stopped watching TV.
Yeah, my dad watched that kind of like mobster stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I went out. My dad took me to lunch at this place called the Dunbar Hotel in LA. Have y'all heard of that place? Yeah.
On Central?
Yes, it's on Central. I know Kristen heard of it.
Of
But
course, right.
they it was like one of the only hotels back in like the day where niggas was playing jazz and the blues and stuff.
Like
that,
the Roaring 20s.
yeah, that
kinda.
would let black people stay there. So
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was,
wow.
and the food
That's
was
awesome.
good.
The
Yeah.
Dunbar?
So
Okay.
it had like a lot of history in it, but the restaurant was fire.
That's
What kind of
awesome.
food is good?
She don't.
Breakfast for black food. Yeah,
That's what I think. Thank you.
yeah. I know. I was trying to like, how can I say it? But yeah, it was black food. It was good though. The food was fire. And it was all
Where's it at
reasonably
again?
priced. It's on Central and
Like 40 something.
yeah, Central and like 47th. I want to say or 46.
And what is considered
Cameron,
black
it's
food?
okay if
Like,
you go over
really?
there. Just wear neutral colors. You over there looking like you can't. You'll be fine. It's okay. It don't be a lot of people out like that. Go on like a Wednesday.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah, go in the morning. It wasn't nobody in there. It was safe. It was
Nobody dangerous wakes up earlier than 10:30.
But the food was good. But I thought that was interesting. Like they been fucking with black people since day one. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's lit.
That's because Central, back not like that, but Central back then was like Hollywood Boulevard for us in like the 40s and 30s.
Taj is saying Central back then in the 40s and 30s was like Hollywood.
Black people
Boulevard for
couldn't
black
move
people.
west of Central
Couldn't go
until like
west
the
of
60s
Central
or
until
something.
like
wow.
the 60s or 70s.
And then everybody moved what is
And then
like
everybody
West Side,
moved
Crenshaw.
until like was West Side. and
Wow.
grew up in
But we couldn't
Shawnee.
live in all those places before, or Compton.
But we couldn't live in all those places before or Compton. I'm letting
Yeah.
them know so they can
Yeah.
hear it. Y'all giving out good information. See?
Black History
We
Month
learned
facts.
together. You feel
Yeah.
me? Better than the
Like-
shade room. Hashtag. I've been waiting for them to I thought they was going to post like a Black History fact a day or
should
something. And they
totally
haven't
do.
done nothing.
They missing that mark for real.
When did they start letting people venture further?
When white people
And
move
like,
further up.
yeah, when white people figured out what they want to do, you know, we got to move on their
But now they back.
and try to push us out again. But, you know, we not, it's supposed to be a break and a happy place, so we're going to move right along. So I'm still on my job search, but I'm getting there. I'm getting closer and closer to landing one. So in the meantime, I told y'all I've been watching Netflix to try to get it all in while I can before I get too busy. Did y'all know that there's another OJ documentary, but this time it's just about the Kardashians?
No. And when is that?
It's just about Rob.
on
It's on Netflix, but it's just about Rob Kardashian, and it tells you no information. It's just another excuse to just talk about the damn Kardashians. It was the worst thing that I
Is
ever
it
saw.
with the
I was
same
like,
Lord have
characters?
mercy.
no, it's a documentary, so it's not like the live action one, but it just has some. It's talking about the bag that he supposedly took, that Rob Kardashian took, and somehow they equated that to Kim and Khloe and all the things. It just had nothing. It had nothing to do with nothing, but it was. You know,
Clickbait.
they're just very smart. I can't even hate on Chris anymore because she just finding a way to break in money because it had nothing to do with nothing. And
I
it
never
just
hated
had
on her. I always thought she was smart.
Yeah, like
she's
she
like, my kids is cute. Oh, okay.
Hello, any woman that's being like, who wants to see my daughter's puss? I got the exclusive right here. She got.
But she was doing it before
Hello?
that, so
Yeah.
she just doing what she knows.
She thinking different, so I'm
She
fucking with
chases
it.
the bag.
That's what she get the bag and
Chase the bag. Don't worry about what I'm doing. That's what Chris told.
She
Chris
was
been
a
saying it. Blueface stole that from her.
Yeah.
That's whole Chris shit. Blueface stole her whole shit. She been saying, yeah, I since the beginning. But also, I watched Abducted in Plain Sight. Did y'all see that? Heaven
No.
told me to watch that. Did y'all
What
see
about
that?
this dramatic You? I believe it's called or something like that. It's a drama called You. Basically about like.
Oh, about that stalking white boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't watch it though. I mean, I watched it when my sister was watching it, so like not really paying attention. But I saw the ending. It's like about this stalker that's stalking this girl. He crazy. He spoiler alert. Any of y'all here?
No.
Anybody here? He killed her. He killed all the people that's like close to her at first because he's a stalker, and he ended up trapping her, and then he ends up killing her at the end. But the funny thing about that show is that it was originally on Lifetime, and nobody was fucking with it on Lifetime.
So they moved it to Netflix.
Yeah, like it was canceled and they moved it to Netflix. Now everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest show ever!"
That's
And Lifetime
crazy.
is like,
We had it on.
because we've been doing this shit. Like,
How
y'all got
hard
me
it is
fucked
to watch
up.
a Lifetime movie with commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute you sad, then you reading about the Continental toilet paper.
That's true, because that's the kind of ads
They're
they put on
missing
Kleenex
It's
and
like,
stuff.
that shit don't work.
Yeah.
That's
Now you
a
got
good point.
mesothelioma.
You and a little one. Nah, but I was watching Abducted in Plain Sight. And even I was watching the Ted Bundy confession tapes or whatever that one was. And niggas was just really wilding in the 70s, like not using any common sense. Like it makes no sense why all them girls was just going missing and shit. And like, oh my gosh, it was the neighbor the whole time
Oh my God.
that used to sleep in her bedroom with her. Yes, the nigga, yes, he was weird. Like that's how crazy this one was. He was fucking the daddy, the mama, and the little 13-year-old girl.
Okay, what is this called again?
Abducted in Plain Sight.
Oh, my.
He was fucking on everybody.
And this
Everybody
is
acting
real?
surprised. Yes.
Ooh.
The girl
True
sitting
story.
there talking about it, telling her story. She got kidnapped twice by this. He like basically told her that like some aliens kidnapped her and told her that they had to fuck and make a baby when she was 13. They had to make the baby by the time she was 16. I think she was 12 the first time she left with him. So she was like freaking out because she like, I gotta save the alien race, my nigga. I gotta fuck this
Interesting.
40-year-old.
I
It
gotta
was
watch
like
this.
it's all so crazy. And then when she came back from being like kidnapped from him the first time, she was going for like 2 months or something like that. The mama went back and was still fucking him.
Oh, he must have had that good.
Like what is
dick.
yes, it is the wildest thing. I'm just looking like, oh my god. I told my mom, I'm like, I'm surprised he made it out the 70s because y'all was just y'all was out there not using
Doing
the most common of sense. It was just trash. Like
Interesting.
it was crazy. But yeah, what else? Oh, I met up yesterday with some of my old teammates from college, which is starting to become my favorite thing to do.
That's up.
Because, you know, I'm at that point where I'm like, oh, let's have drinks and catch up and shit. Like, I like doing that now. So I was catching up with my rugby teammates from college, and that was fun. go down memory lane. I really used to be wilding back in the day, and I'm just glad that God has delivered me to where I am now. I'm glad that I made it. I'm just gonna say that because when we was reminiscing, I was like, damn, we really did used to be going up like that, huh? Yeah, in the streets. But I still, in the words of Megan the Money Making Stallion, party all night, then wake up and go to school. Okay, I still made it to class. Hungover or not, same makeup or not, I was there. But yeah, that was fun. I went to a brewery in Hawthorne. Do any of y'all go to breweries?
No.
I haven't been to. It's
Kristen does.
You do?
I'm trying not to talk. I don't drink, but I go.
She says she don't drink, but she goes. Yeah, that's
okay.
fair.
You drink beer?
A lot of people do that. Yeah, I like beer. Rugby made me like beer.
I like beer too.
I used to hate it at first. And I haven't been to a good brewery since I left San Diego, but that was a pretty good one. It was like on Cerise and El Segundo, like in the cut. And it's another one on Manchester, like on your way to across from that Millennium Shoe Store, behind like the Roscoe's, I think. It's over there. It's another popular brewery over there. But I have fun. I like to hang out with my Bradleys and, Samantha sometimes.
So is it like,
Give me an IPA, double IPA, please. A blonde ale. I like it from time to time.
a summer?
Camille is a chameleon.
You feel me? Blend in with the crowd.
Blend in.
Yeah, but
Are there like kegs all around?
it's like those big, I don't know what they're called.
That's okay.
The big ones?
The big barrel?
Yeah. I thought the kegs was the ones that the little ones.
I think they're all kegs.
They're all called kegs? Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know the beer terminology, my nigga.
Don't quote me on it.
So you don't know. You corrected me. You're not even sure. Yeah, but it was cool. It was a cool vibe. They had great music. That was good.
What kind of music did they play?
They played some hippity hop. They played some hippity hop. Some R&B, some 90s R&B that whites love.
You said R&B, so
Rhythm and blues.
Great R&B.
No, we had some Ja Rule. I heard a little Total. Yeah, that was really.
Drank to Ja Rule.
Listen.
We've had a Ja Rule conversation. You drank to Ja Rule?
What would I be without my baby? Ja Rule really yelled and said, I got a fetish for fucking you with your skirt on. And niggas was dancing to that. Couldn't be me. I did not like hearing that come from it so aggressively.
I don't even remember that part.
Because I only heard the clean
song?
version.
What song is that?
Love it when I'm with you, babe.
He says it in that song?
Got a fetish for fucking you with your skirt on.
That's how he came out.
I gotta go back and replace it. I'm fine.
The Shanti was in the video like, okay.
I don't think I've ever paid attention to that. Now I have to go.
He said, the pussy got me feeling like I got pneumonia.
The pussy got me feeling like I got pneumonia. You need to go to the clinic. Yeah, he should have just stuck to doing, whatever.
Fire festivals?
Yeah.
He shouldn't do that either.
I'm being sarcastic.
It's a couple of things that Ja Rule should just stay away from. Festivals and fucking bitches with their skirt on. Leave that alone.
About this 50 Cent Groupon shit that he did?
No, what are you talking about?
What?
This nigga basically found Ja Rule's tickets on Groupon.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
I
heard about that.
I did hear about that.
To me, that's kind of like, because if I'm at a concert and I see the first 3 rows is empty, a bitch like me is scooting up. So I don't really know what you did there, because I'm still going to go to the first one. I'm like, okay, he done did the first number, and these people ain't in their seats. I'm going up there. No, I don't know how effective that was, 50.
First of all, 50 Cent is reigning champion troll for years. Before the
Unfortunately, it's not a good thing. You got a story? A 50 story?
I mean, when I talk about my week, I'll get there.
Oh, cool. I want to hear it.
It's not anything crazy, but
finish your What about you, Iesha? What's on your menu?
I just got back from Atlanta. I was in Atlanta for Super Bowl. It was a lot of fun. It was crazy.
Oh, so you don't stand with Cat? No, I'm just fucking with you.
Listen.
I watched the Super Bowl.
First of all,
That was a
time out. That was a hot button. First of all, I went down there because not if I explain myself, Camille. No, all my family lives there, and I was like, damn, Super Bowl's in Atlanta, like it ain't in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I got free lodging. Let me go down there, and then I bought my ticket so far in advance that I didn't even know the Rams was going and all that stuff. But anyway, I actually was trying to get a gig booked.
Oh, okay.
That, like, all the parties that were happening weren't official NFL things. Black people gonna get their money in whatever
Atlanta's gonna
capacity,
go anyway.
and Atlanta went the fuck up. So I went out there, and Friday night I went to Friday before this one, but went to Allure with some people that was hosting, and it was like Kevin Hart, Trey Songz, Victor Cruz, Jalen Smith from the Cowboys, you know, and I swear it must have been like $1 million on the floor. It was a strip club. Sorry, I went to the strip club. It had to have been like $1 million on the floor. I kid you not. Like we're just standing on money like it's trash.
You didn't like kick none and they're trying to
listen, wait. So yes, everything that fell on me went in my purse. That is for sure. I was like, look, I can't bend down because I'm with some people that's hosting the club, so I can't take their money like that. But yeah, I'm gonna put some gum on my shoes next time. But anyway,
the little sticky hands you
it was apparently that's the hustle. Apparently the hustle is to go to the strip club and get some money. So
that's funny.
I mean, yeah. So anyway. 50 Cent came and shut the whole thing down. It became like the Curtis show. He was literally throwing bricks of money at people. Stop. I got video of this. Y'all want to edit it in here?
Yes.
Whatever. Literally, like the whole club just went wherever he was, and it's like boxes of money. I'm talking about like thousands of dollars. And mind you, you have Kevin Hart and all these other people in here spending their money too. It was literally like the craziest thing I ever seen. It was like inspirational at the same time. I was like, damn, we in a room with a money. I need to be.
Niggas just throw it.
Yeah.
So start shaking a little ass. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I was like, look, I took off my Vans. How much that gonna get me?
It was a lot of money in the room. Atlanta was crazy. It was a lot of fun. We just did all the little free festival, free stuff that was going on outside.
Did they have like a little convention center or something like they do for All Star Weekend?
Yeah, they had a convention center kind of thing that you could pay to go into and see like all the signed jerseys and all that kind of. We didn't do all that, but then they had stuff outside because Atlanta was like, okay, well y'all not gonna have a black artist, we gonna have free concerts with Jermaine Dupri and Monica and Lucas and whoever. So it was just a lot of stuff going on.
You saw Jermaine Dupri say so deaf.
First of all, he didn't. Time out. He has the biggest song, "Welcome to Atlanta," so this is always a good song. They played it all weekend. They played it all weekend. He's been waiting for this to come to his city, and they played it all weekend. And he was over there like, "Oh, that shit dope."
I mean,
so you know,
they should be playing that shit at the airports. That's what I want to hear. As soon as I get out the airport, I want to hear "Welcome to Atlanta."
They played all the games. They played all the games out there. He's still getting paid off that song. But I got back Wednesday, and while I was on the plane, I got booked for a Grammy pre-party on Thursday, which just happened. Yes, I had a really good week. Yeah, you know, I hang with the money. Yeah, so I got booked for company. Yeah, I got booked for. I was on the plane. They were like, "Hey, we want to book you for tomorrow for this Grammy event." It was Morehouse College.
Okay.
So all of the Grammy nominees, they want to start throwing this party for them. They're gonna have it every year. So it was like songwriters for Sting that got nominated. Janelle Monáe, PJ Morton from Maroon 5. So, you know, I was fangirling because I was just watching them on the halftime of the NFL. So, or the Super Bowl, excuse me. But, so I did the party. I was so nervous, but I was in my bag. And so they're going to make it an annual thing. They got sponsors. Beyonce's head of her Parkwood Entertainment was there. And it was just all kind
of networking.
A lot of networking going on. So, I'm still kind of riding that wave right now. And, you know, just rolling wherever they going this weekend. The general manager of Blind Dragon asked me to come back tonight, so I'm going there.
Shout out to Blind Dragon.
H-Boo Group, Delilah the Nice Guy, all them little, you know, all them clubs, whatever.
That's what's up.
Yeah, general manager told me to come back. So.
Are you an HBCU grad too?
I am not.
No.
My brother-in-law went to Morehouse, and so these are like all his people. And, you know, the DJing thing has just really been like a bunch of networking stuff for me, or word of mouth, I should say. So. I'm still riding that wave. I went to the Grammy nominee brunch yesterday, just, you know, rolling with them. They Grammy nominees, and so.
Do you get exhausted from like networking, or do you still like it?
No, you know what? It just has to be worth my time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, there's people gonna throw parties, but it's like, okay, well, who's gonna be here and who's throwing it? You know, I went to some place last night and I saw this, you know, Janelle Monáe's people know my face. So it's like, I'm going to go from this to this. No, I'm going to just go and take my ass home. That's what I'm going to do. So I went to bed early last night because I'm trying to, you know, go see what Blind Dragon's doing.
Yeah, see what you got.
Yeah. I had a great week. Huh?
We talking duffel bag talk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
all the talk.
I feel elevated already. Shit, I'm gonna start acting brand new just because.
Oh, excuse me. I have a friend of a friend that was at the Grammy brunch.
You gotta do it. You know, it's crazy because last year I said I wanted to do a Grammy party a year ago, and it happened. So you know, so say you're a friend of the friend of the friend. Look, put it out there, girl. Yeah, it was a good week. Good week. Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else, Cam? All right, well, let's move on to our next segment.
Oh, pass me that one. That's
How about you should treat that in tank tops for his show?
But it gotta be like that. I'm a little stronger than Bow Wow. I got it.
Judging by his face from this last episode.
Domestic violence is not funny on either end.
It's not. And
I didn't
seeing
say
that
it
video.
All right, y'all, and we're back. It is time for the main course, and we're going to start with our first game called Sip and Tell. For our new listeners, this is how this game goes. Iesha has 4 cups in front of her. Each cup has champagne in it, and it's mixed with a juice that she does not know. She's going to try each cup and try to see if she can guess the juice that is mixed with the champagne. If she gets it correctly, we're going to answer the question with her. If she gets it wrong, she just has to answer the question. Because people be getting it right a lot. That be throwing me off, so I'm gonna make you answer. Yeah, I have predetermined questions here already.
All right.
Yeah.
Am I going?
Yep, you're going.
Like, can I sip it?
Yeah, you can do whatever, like it's wine tasting.
Oh.
We usually put niggas on a 2-sip minimum because
Not a 2-sip minute.
yeah, they be going back.
Just like mango or something.
Jasmine has the keys. All right.
Well, I fucked that one up.
No, wait, you gotta answer the question.
Oh, okay.
She about to
I like
go
your
through
enthusiasm.
all
I like
the
your
questions at
enthusiasm.
once, okay? All right, give you time to
All right.
reset your palate.
Yeah, okay. Shit, let me drink some water.
All right. Let's see how easy you into it, I guess. If you could brunch with any person in the world, then who would it be and why?
If I could brunch with any person, who would it be and why?
Dead or alive?
I'll say Pharrell. I am like the biggest fan of Pharrell. I love him. I love everything he's doing. I love his music. I would love to be a fly on the wall in one of his studio sessions, like, and just see how his thought process works when he comes up with these songs. So, Skateboard P.
All right.
You trying to get the Fountain of Youth secret. I feel you.
That's true.
I mean, the bag Fountain of Youth is the one I'm trying to get. There we go. Yeah.
Y'all seen that picture with him next to somebody from like the 1800s?
Yeah.
That shit, I'm like, that's
really his kin.
is.
That is.
You better figure that
man.
out. Go Ancestry. Not for real, because they be selling your DNA.
Right.
All right. Next cup.
Oh, boy. I don't like this game. The fuck? What the fuck is this?
Yes.
What?
Is it good though?
I mean, it's great, but I'm like, I don't fucking know. This is like, see, I'm not a juice drinker. I just drink water and Hennessy. That's like the only.
0 to 100.
That's just all I got.
I like it.
A little Jack, you know. So I don't really drink juice. Damn, I'm on my 3rd drink. Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know. That's like some ocean spray type shit. I just don't know what.
Ocean spray type shit might be correct.
I might have to get that one to you just because I like that answer.
I think if you leave it at that.
I'm like, that gotta be like some
Type
ocean
shit.
spray, cranberry, something mixed. I just don't know.
Strawberry banana.
Damn, they do taste like strawberry banana. Golly.
All right. What is your worst Uber or Uber pool experience?
Ooh, I was in a car with this guy, and he was just stereotyping so crazy. Like,
Yeah?
he didn't want to take me. I was living off like Jefferson and Crenshaw at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, "Oh, you live in the South Center." And I'm just like, "Nigga, if you don't just drive me where you're going, like, I mean, or take me home, like." And he got so offended, and
He got offended by where you live?
no, he got offended of me just telling him to drive,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
stop, stereotyping me about where I live, and that's not even South Central, like, you know what I'm saying? So stop that.
Can we get an ethnicity quote?
Huh?
Can we get an ethnicity quote?
White. White dude.
Just had to.
Yeah, but then, but
Asian.
then he had the nerve to be like, "Well, I'm from California. I know. I live in the Valley." And I'm just like, "Okay, well then you shouldn't do this." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and when I told him to like just drive and stop, like, stereotyping me or whatever, he got upset. Obviously because he didn't want to take orders from nobody. I was like, "Look,
No,
you're
not
driving,
from nobody, from a black
not
woman.
from a black
Yeah.
woman." So then he literally dropped me. He pulled over on La Brea and Adams, like literally turned that corner, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I'm kicking you out."
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he kicked me out, and it was like 1:00, whatever. I was so upset, so I had to call another ride, and this was Lyft. I had to call another ride to get home, just the next block or two, and I had to call Lyft or whatever and tell him about my experience. But it was he did not want to take me where I was going.
Then why
Nigga,
are you
then you're driving. You know what I'm saying? Like, use your white privilege and go do something else. Like, why you?
Use your white privilege and
Like,
go
I
do
have no
something.
sympathy for you. Like, go.
That's
Why are you driving Lyft? You know what I'm saying? So
No, that's quotable.
that was my worst experience.
That is
yeah.
so crazy.
That happened probably about like a year.
When I was driving Lyft, I spent a lot of time in the Nickerson Gardens, a little bit in the Imperial Courts, a little bit in the Jordan Downs. They
They have parking lots, huh?
They was taking Lyft a lot over there,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he should have been very familiar with certain areas, with certain.
But some of
He
them
shouldn't have
don't
been
know,
so
like,
scared.
your address,
Yeah.
Once they see where you going, they won't pick you
They might Google map that shit.
But
That's
they don't. You
crazy.
can't see where someone's going until you accept it.
Yeah. So that's why. So that's
Yeah,
why he
so
was like, "Oh,
he
you going out of town?"
wouldn't have
And I was
been
like,
able
"I'm
to
not.
know.
I'm really not." But carry on
Because
and
I
do your
went,
job.
I went in
And
all
he ain't like
sorts
that.
of areas.
Yeah.
That's really wild.
If
Yeah.
you've had,
Yeah, that was like
if
a
you've been in a
year
bad
or
accident,
two.
can you still drive for Uber or Lyft?
Child, I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure.
about that.
Probably shit. They be having. Listen, some of them Uber drivers and Lyft drivers be some weird weirdos.
Noted. I might
Maybe
quit
not
my
if you've
job
been in a
soon.
bad accident, but if you did some R. Kelly shit, you for sure could still drive because them niggas be weirdos. What? I mean,
Wow,
it's
so
true.
niggas
It's
can
true.
pee, but I can't get in an accident.
But you can't get into an accident precisely because
Niggas having accidents on women. but I can't get in an accident.
yeah, some drivers are some real creepo ass niggas. So that's my point is that they must not be digging that deep into your background.
I bet. So I might be able to
might as well
pass
try.
now.
You should try. You should
You could
try.
probably deliver food, like do
Fuck
some
that.
Postmate shit.
He
I'm
like,
not
"What?"
doing that.
Cameron, do you have any bad Uber experiences?
Yes and no. I just had one lady that kind of just. It wasn't bad. It was just like it was great in a sense to me, but like other people would probably
You got
find
Uber
it like
head?
that.
Right. I'm like, what is bad
No.
but great?
Anything. Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, anything. She was just on her own aux, but she was feeling herself and she did like 85 miles an hour on my way home. I didn't have no problem.
Was it
with
me?
it. No.
Just listen. Meg Thee Stallion
But
come
she
on
had.
and we
I was coming
floored
home
it.
from work because I had this little putt that wouldn't go in reverse.
It is what it is.
Right,
Right,
we've all
had-
Shout out to
we've
Lil
all-
Red. You
And the
feel
thing
me? We miss
is-
you
All
every
had
day.
that.
The thing is it had it like I left the lights on, so it was all bad. But she came pick me up. I can't remember her name, but she had braids. She was cool. She was cool people. I was just like, oh, what's up? You know how you doing?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Like, no, it was a cool ride, but I guess she just got a little too comfortable in her music, and she just started gang sliding me on. That song Jeremiah
Like
Tap
another
Out.
scamming ass rich ass
Tap
nigga.
No, Tap Out. Yeah, that motherfucking shit.
I thought it was
J-Rock. J-Rock.
Yeah, she was
DJ,
gang
baby.
sliding home, and it was great. I thought it was great, but
J-Rock and Jeremiah.
you know,
Tap
somebody else might be in the back of an Uber and Nissan Sentra going 85 miles an hour. And it's not fun.
No,
It's not a great
you
suspension
can like test
system.
the energy of the person that gets in the
It
car.
was
Like
just-
I would do the same
Yeah.
thing.
It
Yeah,
was
she was
just-
probably like on her
she
last
probably
ride. It was like,
she
oh, I got a black
like, yeah,
dude, and
he
young.
chilling. Like,
I didn't
it is
have a
what it
problem
is.
with it, but it was just bumpy.
Unprofessional?
Like, nah, I don't give
Okay.
a fuck about
Oh, you was back there
unprofessional.
like this?
Yeah, like this motherfucker is just like it's not made for a nigga my size to be in the back.
Your head was
It's
hitting the
just-
ceiling?
It's just bad.
okay,
like,
that-
it just,
that- now that
it
I
wasn't cool. Like, can I at least
understand.
get the can I get the passenger seat where I can lean this motherfucker back a little bit or something?
Ooh, no, I hate
We
people
already
in the
this
front.
cool.
That
You feel
is
me?
funny.
Nah, that's the only thing. That's about it. I don't really do too
That's
much.
not that bad. Not like mine, at least.
My
Nah, that
worst
was-
Uber experience, I was in New York and I accidentally called the Uber pool. Like it was already just set to that.
Uh-huh.
And it was me and my friend. We were going, I don't know, going thotting. I was in New York. I was with you, wasn't I? I mean, I wasn't with you at that time.
Yeah,
but
We
she
yeah.
was
were
giggling
going
hard, so she
thotting.
must know
I went.
Hey.
I went
The
out
verbiage is amazing. We were going thotty.
on my brunchiana, if you will.
Brunchiana. Bust
Brunchiana.
down. Bust
Vicky,
down,
I will
Brunchiana.
not forgive you for that remix, but we'll talk about it later. And I called the Uber pool. Didn't realize it was a pool, but it is what it is. So me and my friend got in because something was going on with the train. I don't know. She lived there. I don't. She just said call one. I called it. We get in the car. It's these two people in the car already in the back seat. So I go in the back with them because my friend is like 7'10", and so she got in the front. So we back there or whatever, and the people are talking, and they're
Does she
like,
have kids?
"Hey, what's up?" No, but she is looking to breed.
Oh, I'm not tall enough to breathe, but you know what I'm saying.
Let me stop. Did you say
I'm
you
just
was
saying,
working
but
on that?
that's for the bag. We talking about the bag for the future.
With the
We ain't trying to buy
opposite
some
sex.
football cones.
So I
man. We
get in
trying
the
to
car
make
and
this
it's like
shit happen.
this drunk girl and guy, and they're like all over each other, and they're talking, and they're basically telling us that they just met each other at the club,
Oh.
and so they just about to go home and do what it do. They start doing what it does
I
in the
figured
back
that.
seat.
Freaking
With
figured
me
that.
right there and my friend in the front. So I just feel like a bunch of like motion and then like some
like, you know, the little noises. And their hands are in each other's pants in the back of the Uber pool. So the Uber driver is just sitting there like this.
Hell no.
My friend in the front seat texted me like, is everything okay back there? I'm like, no, bitch. They getting it on right now. They could not wait until they get into wherever they are, and they just met each other.
That's
so
awful.
that was the worst. And
That's
I don't think
awful.
I've ever taken pool or share again.
I
Like,
Ethnicity
blame
quote.
you.
I'm not about to Caucasian. I think it was one Cauc and one Asian, literally. Yeah. It was all
What the fuck
bad.
going on here?
It was the worst. We still talk about that till this day.
I don't
when
think
was
I've
this?
ever
When was
seen
this?
that mixture.
When was this?
Yeah.
This was Afropunk 2017.
So recent
yeah.
enough. Oof, child.
Yeah, it was awful. It was
That's
the worst.
trauma.
They
That's
really
traumatizing.
started like getting it on in the back, like playing with each other's privates of parts. It was an experience, and I was just like, listen,
I'd have let the door
I've done
open
some
and just
things,
jumped
but I
out.
have
Open
not
out
done
cloth
that. Like that
seats.
was a lot. And the poor Uber driver, he was just sitting there like, damn, is it gonna be pussy juice on my back seat? Like, what is gonna be my fate when I'm done driving for the night and I clean out my car? Period. I'm like, excuse me, somebody made a mess back here. Y'all need to clean it up.
That's
Yeah,
too much.
it was all bad. We got dropped off first, so I feel sorry for the Uber driver because I don't even know what did
how
they
long
do
that
when they had
ride
more
was.
room in the back seat.
Right.
Did anything get inserted? I don't know. All right, next cut.
Oof.
It was bad.
That's awful.
I don't think I want to drive for this company anymore. I wish a nigga would. I'm gonna have ejectocito like that. Dropping shit off.
Okay,
Nigga.
is this one mango for
Sorry.
real? This one?
Pear, nigga, who drinks pear juice? Wait, I think
No, that one is pear juice, boo. We just messed it up.
Well, I got one question and I get to answer.
no, it is right.
It's mango?
No, that's pear.
This one?
I eat pears.
That
now
looks
and
more
shit
like pear,
that.
doesn't it?
Banana pineapple nectar. I feel like that would be that.
You just told her the last one.
That's what I said. So I got get out of jail free card.
Well,
so
listen, we just about
Thanks,
to knock
person.
these two questions out. All right,
I'll answer whatever. I'm not.
I always like to ask one little racy question because I'm
Racy.
No, I don't. That's
Your
the
verbiage
word
is
world.
impeccable.
I didn't
love
mean
it.
racy as in like race. I mean like
No, I know. We know what you meant. We know what you meant
shit.
now.
If you were gonna role play, what would be your scenario, your role play situation? Set it up for us. Raunchy.
I mean, I already did, so.
All right, clip. Start. Open scene. You walk into the room.
Well, I mean, I can just tell you what happened.
What you did? Ooh, let me see. What happened?
I mean, no, I was dating this guy. And,
you ever heard of ghetto gaggers? Look it up.
I was dating this guy at the time, and we went bowling, and he was like, you know, if I win, you got to give me a lap dance, and I just took it even further and just did the whole stripper thing. I had the boots on, and I had to
What
get
was
some
your name?
ones, and I didn't do all that, but I came dressed up and whatever with the boots and you know all of that. I had a playlist going or whatever, so.
Okay.
You know,
did you do some pole work? What was your routine? What song
If
you
I had a
played?
pole, I really would like to have a pole in my house one day.
I used to have one back in my college days.
Yeah,
My friend
I would
said
love
she
to
has
have a
one.
pole in my house.
Shout out
I don't
to
know. This
Sid.
was a couple years ago, but
We
I just
did.
had whatever little lap
We
dance shit.
Yeah.
He had a Ty Dolla $ign song that he wanted me to dance to.
Okay. So he already had it ready.
He
when
had
you
one
wanted.
song, and I just made the rest of the playlist. This was pre-DJ, but that
Before you
was
made your own
fun.
mix.
It was a lot of fun. I should have had a wig too, but that was like it was
It's
so
okay. You
last
can always
minute.
try it again.
Oh, I will.
Updated
And I
version.
shall. With some red lights. It'll be great. So yeah, I'm not opposed to the role playing.
Cameron.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think I'm.
What's your role play situation?
I don't know, man.
He's still trying to work on the situation with
Yeah,
the
he's
females.
still trying to
He
figure
ain't
it out.
quite-
He's still trying to
he
reveal.
ain't quite got it there yet.
He's still trying to get the bitch reveal.
He's still trying to get there.
Man, shit gets crazy, but like I don't really have a situation for this. Like it gets
Shit gets
easy.
easty. That's your role playing?
No, I'm
For
just
shit to
saying
get easty?
it gets easty. Like, but I don't know. Like, I have not been at home sitting like, look, we about to do some Biggest Loser type shit. I'm about to run up the treadmill. If I do this shit in 15 minutes.
Do you have like a fantasy thing that you would like to see him do?
Shake
Did
your
I say
ass,
that in the
damn. That's about
You
it.
said shake your ass.
Yeah,
That's so
That's
boring,
boring as
Cameron.
fuck.
I'm not there yet. Give me a minute. Give me a couple years.
All right,
few
we
years,
got
baby.
you.
It's
We
a
gonna
long
see.
road.
I'm not there
Yeah,
yet.
I'm not
you
there.
just started being nice and answering people DMs, so we can't expect
Yeah,
you to.
man. Baby steps.
One
baby
step at a
steps.
time. One step at a time. All right, we'll back off of you. We gonna back up. We'll back up. All right, am I gonna try this pair one? We're gonna try this pair one.
Yeah, I mean you could try.
Massage parlor role
See if you would have known that it was pear.
Hey, Oh shit.
I don't know what the fuck any of these drinks
We
are.
gonna do
actually.
nail salon.
Good. I'm gonna keep
This
using
might
these
be
then.
Pear.
I
It
would think
might
that
be
the
Pear.
pear one would be the lighter colored one.
Yeah, let's see what color it
It might be
Order.
Pear.
I'm gonna just take this cup out the
Trash
I think
digger.
Pear
Christian
It
is a trash
might
digger.
be Pear.
trash. No, show it for everybody. See, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what is this
Wait.
one?
So that is pineapple.
Oh. Pineapple sound like YG trying to say it.
So what do we have? Banana.
pineapple nectar. So that
So we had. So this one was.
Is it called pineapple? For
No.
real?
peach nectar.
So what was this one? This one was
Peach.
peach. This one was strawberry banana. This one was pear.
That was pear.
And then this one was pineapple.
When the fuck did
That's
pears
crazy.
get orange?
I didn't know pears was that dark
He
skinned.
was drinking pears.
Rick Ross.
I didn't even know. Right.
I eat
I didn't even know
pears,
these
you know,
were like
shit
real
that.
drinks. That's crazy. Real juice. So.
Oh. Hello.
Hi.
What team you play for? All right, y'all. We got a special guest. We got a special guest coming all the way from the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't know. He tall. All right.
Lord Jesus. Question.
My last question: if you would be a member of any TV family sitcom, what would it be?
Any TV family sitcom.
Or if you would just be on the cast of any show, like what would you in real life, like who would you be like, oh, that would be who I would be with?
I guess my first thought is Blackish. I love that show.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I feel like there's another one that I could like. Probably Martin too.
Martin?
Yeah, like,
You'll be cracking jokes and shit?
They Live in Color. Yeah.
And Living Color is a good one. I would say
Yeah.
A Different World.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. Yeah, I think those are my three. Like I could do Blackish.
Cameron, Paid in
Everybody
Full.
hates Chris.
Everybody hates Chris? That would be funny. I like
one's
that
pretty-
answer.
That's a good show.
Paid in full. We'll
That's
be one
funny.
though too. Heavy belly, you know.
That is funny.
TV show.
You should, but she's
Right,
a sitcom.
right.
You feel me? That's what I went with.
Paid in Full is not as.
I know. I just thought that would be more fitting for
Yeah.
Cameron. That's
Oh,
where he
okay.
would be.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thinking of a master plan with somebody of the opposite sex. I cannot believe you described the relationship
Yo.
in such a way.
Hey, gotta keep it
First
political.
time
You know what I'm
ever.
saying? That's the way to go.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
All right, so next we usually do our brunches and freestyle wheel. But if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. You because you couldn't get because you used to Taj is trying to press me, y'all. Because you said you used to rap a little bit, so you was gonna give us some bars. And why
You didn't let him do it.
No, he did it.
Okay.
He was saying, why didn't he get the option to not do it? And why we over here
'Cause
asking
you are a
questions?
rapper.
Why haven't you put me as the voice on one of your tracks yet? Since we over here asking questions, answer that. Now let's go.
I'm too scared for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make that an interlude. There we go. There go the voicemail. Put the little effects over it.
I'm
Cam-
too scary for that.
You don't want to try the freestyle wheel? Do you
I
want to
mean,
try it, Cameron?
I
We usually
guess.
make the artists do it, but I know that you're a DJ. You spin tracks.
Yeah,
you don't
you're a
make them.
DJ.
So you
You
don't
might-
have to
you
do it
might
if you
make
don't
it
want to.
easy.
I'm not going to pressure you, but I'm just
It's
letting you
gonna
know
be like
the
1, 2,
the option
buckle
is
my
there.
shoes. It's gonna be very nursery if we do it, cause I ain't no rapper now, but
Me neither. But we could try it.
we could try it.
All right, let's try it. My phone ran out
Oh
of
Lord,
space.
what am
Jasmine.
I about to do?
Let me see it. Let me delete my deleted.
Pause.
Yeah,
Pause
pause
it.
That we in.
Okay.
I want a lot of bitches, a lot of drug talk. You feel? No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, you getting real. I'm giving very Dr. Seuss rhyming. Okay. Okay.
You ready?
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
You ready, Josh?
We're gonna try this though.
We gonna do this.
What's up, y'all? And we're back. It is time for our brunches and freestyle wheel. So how this works for our new listeners, we have a lovely wheel made by Jasmine, and it has different brunch items on it. So we have fruit, a check and a tip, French toast, a menu, eggs, orange juice, sausage, and champagne. So our guest is going to spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on the little microphone down there is going to be the topic of your freestyle.
I gotta spin this.
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's far.
I know, right? Like, all this juice over.
I mean, we could get a remote, but we can't because I don't have one.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Our instrumental is T Grizzly featuring PZ and Payroll. Quick.
Hey, Giovanni, that's my shit.
Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Oh, that's the worst.
Drink it up, drink it up. Slurp it up, slurp it
It's like
up.
the
Squeeze
only
it.
one I can't.
Squeeze it.
Oh God, nothing rhymes with orange.
I'm like orange juice. I got that juice. No AP, like Young Gotti. But I like orange juice. Like, not like a thotty, I guess.
You started cold though.
Orange juice is not an easy
Yeah,
thing
it's
to
not.
rhyme. Anything else I could have done on there, I'm like.
Do something else.
I'm about that check. like a stripper. If you want to give me money like a tip, we can do this all night.
You gotta keep going.
Turn off the lights.
So
That's all I got, guys.
All right, Cameron, you go.
Oh, was it like a piggyback? Do I gotta spin it?
You gotta spin it,
You
though.
can spin it. You just missed the hard part of the beat. This nigga spent it twice.
Orange juice was hard, guys.
Where the we got eggs or a menu?
Let's do eggs.
Or do I wrap eggs in the menu?
You can do both. How you feeling?
Okay, let me see. Hey, in the kitchen whipping up eggs, trying to get this bread, put it on the menu, feed my friends, make my ends. That's about it. That's all I got. Yeah, I did both. I did both of them. You feel me? I did both of them.
We did okay. We did all right. We did okay.
You gonna beat the scene or not?
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all even giving it a try.
What's up, y'all? And we're back. It's time to get to know Miss Iesha Irene a little bit more. All right, so we know that you're a DJ, but you aren't just a DJ. You also have a background in some journalism and some interviewing. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I actually studied journalism in college, and I worked at Rolling Out magazine. So I used to do like red carpet interviews, and I interviewed Denzel Washington, which was really dope. I forget about it a lot too.
He should be out of material.
Yes. Yes, I got to interview like a lot of people for like press junkets and stuff. I did voiceovers a little bit. Excuse me. I worked at Revolt, the marketing department there, and then my last job was at Sony, which is nearby, doing PR. So I studied journalism and PR.
Talk a little bit about your red carpet experience. I did one red carpet, and it was kind of exciting for me, but I can see how it could be maybe a little bit stressful. Or
absolutely. And that's a good question because today's the Grammys, so and that's like one of the busiest red carpets ever. I've never done the Grammys, but I've actually had to walk talent down the red carpet, and then I've also interviewed people too. Okay. So it's a long day. I mean, it's exciting. Seeing all the talent with their dresses on and their gowns and tuxes, and you just hope that you get time with them because there's so many outlets out there, and unfortunately they put a lot of the smaller like urban outlets all the way at the end.
Then they be tired of talking about it.
Yeah, so like working at Rolling Out, it was based in Atlanta or whatever, so we didn't really have a lot of big events coming at the time when I was living there, so it was like 8 years ago. But then like walking the red carpet on behalf of Sony. You're doing the daytime Emmys, so you got E! News there and Hollywood Reporter and stuff like that. And as a publicist, like doing PR, it was kind of interesting to try to get like a smaller known person to get press. So you're just like, I'll give you Bryan Cranston if you can get this person from Days of Our Lives on there too. So I've seen both sides. It's a long day. I mean, then you gotta watch the awards in the publicist room to see who wins, and then then you gotta go back to work and kind of get the gifts together for all the winners and stuff like that. But nonetheless, it was fun. Everybody doesn't get to do that, so hopefully one day I'll be at the Grammys.
How did you make that switch over from doing that type of work to DJing? Are you still kind of affiliated with that type of work right now?
No, not. I mean, actually, no. I left Sony about 2 years ago, and things were changing over there. Like my boss got let go, and her boss was coming, her replacement was coming in, and she just kind of was trying to wipe everybody out. So I did it before they wiped me out. And so I had a lot of time to myself trying to figure out what I was gonna do, and I was up one day just like applying for jobs, but I'm like falling asleep doing it. I'm like, oh gosh, and then it happened to be the anniversary of hip hop. So Google had this fun little like turntable
changing the shit up there.
Yeah, so they had a turntable wheel or whatever, preset songs, but I was playing with it all night. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. I want to DJ. And so my dad, a little disclosure, my dad is a DJ too, but he's more like backyard boogie, been DJing all my life or whatever. And so I used to always help him with parties and stuff. Growing up, I always thought I was going to be a singer because I love music or whatever. And,
can you sing?
I can, but I'm rusty as shit. I don't. All
right, you better figure it out by the end of this episode. I'm asking.
I'll give you a little Martin. I'm just a little Jerome. No, but yeah. So it hit me like that. So that was August 2017. Okay. And then I just started working backwards. Like, well, how do I get into this? And let me reach out to all my DJ friends. On Power 106 and Blue 923 and all that kind of stuff. And just kept asking around. And so I actually the equipment ain't cheap. So I actually moved out of my apartment, my beautiful place on Crenshaw and Jefferson, and I moved back in my parents. I actually live in Rialto.
Girl, let's talk about it. I moved back with my
yeah.
Is.
So, but it's fine. I mean,
chasing
like,
the dream.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And so, so I moved back with my parents. So I could buy all my equipment. So I got my speakers, XLR cables. I set up everything myself. You know, and I just been practicing, and I got my first gig last April, and I've been rolling ever since. I mean, did the Grammy party on Thursday, and it's been great. I mean, the goal is to make it a full-time thing. I want to be on festivals. I'm trying to get that Vegas check.
DJ Carnage.
I'm trying to throw cakes, rip off the pants. You feel me? I'm trying to
water bottle spray.
Yeah, we trying to do all that. We playing all the EDM.
You ever get noise complaints at home?
What would you say?
You ever get noise complaints at home?
Not in Rialto. And my dad's a DJ, so like I said, so he's got his stuff, I got mine. We throw parties all the time. And now that my dad got somebody to actually DJ too, so he be throwing parties just so he could have me do it. And I'm like, well, you ain't paying me for this. And he tried to book me yesterday. I was like, Dad, I gotta go to a funeral. I can't DJ today. So he had to do the party yesterday by himself. But he likes to cling on to me because he's like, you got the new stuff and you know the old stuff. So we work well together. So we do parties together too.
Bring two
yeah.
Okay.
No, we don't. We bring one controller.
Like some juice bars kind of thing?
No, you know, he's so happy that he doesn't have to bring all the stuff he used to. Like, I used to help him load the crates when he would do a party. So he's so happy he can do it on his phone and his laptop and a controller. It's like mind blowing. So he'll never carry any of that shit ever again. But
how helpful is it to have like that? Have you always had like a big music background because your dad was a DJ, and does that like play a big part in when you're doing your sets?
100%. You know, my parents, they kind of like watch their kids to the point of like, what do they like, and let's kind of like put them in that direction. So when I was little and I was always dancing and singing, they were like, well, shit, let's try to get her to be a singer or do that kind of thing. I kind of shied away from it and had some other stuff going on with the family or whatever. So I just kind of took the school route and went for PR and journalism or whatever. But I've always been in music. And so when I started telling everybody that I wanted to DJ, they were like, damn, bitch, you should have been doing it. I'm like, I know.
Isn't that so reassuring when you say you want to do something and everybody is kind of like, that's really fitting for you?
Right, and nobody said like, girl, I don't think that's it.
Because when you connect to the Ox the other day, I wasn't really feeling it.
Right, and so everybody's been like dumb support. My parents are like dumb support. Like my mom was like crying when my controller came. She was like, you've always been this person. I'm your biggest fan. So when I came home, you know, bragging about the party, they were just like, oh. You know, and when I first started DJing, my dad was like, ain't no money in DJing, because he's been doing background, you know, backyard boogies. And I was like, have you been paying attention to what's going on? Because there's some checks out there. And so when he saw how fast things were going for me, he was like, oh, shit, you really booked down here. And I thank God for the way it's going, because I worked in entertainment, right? So I got all these connections. Yeah. And now these connections are all starting to like line up in the sense of the DJ stuff. So it's a struggle right now. I ain't gonna front. It's a lot of stuff I gotta do, and you know, I gotta grind right now. But it's going really well, and I think the party on Thursday was like, okay, bitch, you arrived. Like, this is you good at this. So
talk a little bit more about your background and about like how you came to form so many of these connections that you have, because I know that plays a big role with DJing and a lot of who you know and knowing the right people and getting booked for the right gigs.
Definitely. I think it's my parents really, like they're just nice people. Like growing up, they used to just let kids come over. Like my dad coaches basketball, and
you know, all basketball niggas know each other.
Yeah, and he used to be an NBA agent back in the day. I'm tired.
That was so bitter.
I'm tired. Damn. They do. But you know,
we play jumbo ball together. Oh, you at 24. All right, we get it. Shit.
She real bitter, dog.
I'm just saying.
Big bitter.
Play basketball and go home.
Okay, I'm a curve that back. I got y'all. We here. Okay.
Yeah, get us back on track, because I'm gonna go off.
I used to be there. It's okay. It's gonna heal with time. Yeah. So, it's my parents. My parents were just, you know, they've just always been very nice people, and you know, just being genuine. Networking is not about being fake. It's about being genuine and connecting with people on a genuine level. So, like, I don't really ask people for a lot of stuff. But when I do, you know, people are like, damn, you always looked out for me on just some GP type shit. So, you know, I don't mind doing X, Y, and Z for you. You can't get anywhere without networking. Like, that's just what it is. Like, you have to network. You have to, you know, you're going to have to write some comments on the bottom of the page. If the shoe was cute, tell them the shoe was fucking cute. So then, you know, when you run into them in person, it's not like, damn, I don't know how to talk to a girl because you've been talking to her on the gram. You know what I mean? Like, it's just those little things that, you know, actually really help, that when it's time for you to do something, people are like, okay, I'll help out.
It's crazy.
So it's about being nice, yeah.
Like how social ice breaking has evolved. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
do it for,
true.
Like,
Yeah.
comfort of your home or your phone.
Right, right. But I've always said to people, it pays to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hanging out. I went to Brandon Jennings' party one year, maybe like 2 years ago. Here she go, and I wasn't even going there. So no. My home, Wiz Khalifa was there, and my homegirl was like smoking
It's
with
about
him.
to start raining again, y'all.
He's really nice. So anyway, I worked at Revolt before that, and I had helped his son with some water because his son was like a little baby at the time, and I took him out of the studio and got him some water. Wiz didn't say nothing to me at all. He was just like, oh, you know, come on, Sebastian, whatever. Fast forward a year or two later, I'm talking to Wiz, and I was like, yeah, I used to work at Revolt. He said, you helped me with my son. I forgot all about that shit. But he remembered that I helped him with his son. You know what I'm saying? And that was just because there was a baby at the damn studio, and everybody's worried about Wiz. And I'm like, come here, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, so it's those little things like that like if I probably went to Wiz today, he would probably still remember that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's just kind of hard to find like genuine people in the world. So
Especially
that's
in the world that you're in right now.
yeah. So that's just the stuff I like to practice really.
All right, so I saw on Instagram, and it's funny that you talked about staying connected through social media because we met one time years ago.
Yeah.
Before this podcast
And I haven't
started.
seen you since,
yes,
right?
but we stayed connected on social media,
Yeah.
so that is really important.
Yeah.
But I've seen that you've done a few of the silent parties, which I want to make I want to go to a silent party. I've never been to one. It looks really fun.
Yeah.
And you talk. It's like when you get headphones. And there's three different
channels.
DJs usually, and you go to different channels.
Yeah.
So like if you don't have headphones, it'll just be silent.
Yeah.
So they call it
Yeah. See, the party is in your ears.
Yeah, I get you.
basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
but everybody is dancing, so people dance in a different channel.
It's an acquired taste for sure.
Yeah.
It is an acquired taste. So like
That shit like a
you could be
mosh pit,
listening
ain't
to
No,
BBD.
so like if one station is red,
we
and one
all
is
three
green,
can be
and one
listening to
is
different
blue.
things and dancing to different things
Yeah.
with
That's
headphones
mosh
on.
pit like.
You could be listening to BBD, I could listen to Yo Gotti, and she could be listening to Wiz Khalifa. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just
yeah,
you can.
a whole lot.
Yeah, and you know I think
Are the beats per minute the same? Or is it?
no, like every DJ is playing like it's usually like I'm sorry, what was your question?
No,
Is
you
this the
good,
question.
you
Okay. So the silent party was like 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So each DJ is like sticking to that, you know, era, right? But for you as a consumer, you know what I'm saying, you just play, you hearing bops all the time. You change the stations, you know what I mean? So if you don't like something on this station, shit, they might be playing something else over there. So all my friends that have gone have had a good time. It's a little difficult for me because it's like, it's too much going on as a DJ. It's kind of hard, but everybody that's gone said it's been a fun
Do you know what
time.
people are on your channel?
Yeah, they have lights
It's
on
like
them.
colors,
They're
so you can
illuminated.
see.
So it's kind of ego killing if you ain't.
Yeah,
But
you
you
like
know, nobody got
on
it.
the blue. I don't know.
But you know, I had the lights, so I can't really speak for that. But yeah, that's how you know. So it is kind of like, oh man, I ain't got the right
You gotta
song.
be strong for that.
You do. It's
You
it
see
gets,
all them lights.
it gets very it gets very dog
That shit
eat dog
weird.
from the DJ side. It gets very like niggas start changing lanes. You be like, well, that ain't your song. I was supposed to play that, but I'm okay. So
Especially
it gets
when you
fun.
play the one that you thought like, oh, this fit.
Yeah, and it
don't.
it shut it down, but
Not the way you want it.
It shut it down.
Do you have a
Please back that
preference
quick.
with doing, because I know you said that you do a lot of like private events. Do you have a preference with doing those sort of like more exclusive private events versus doing things like silent parties and more like public, open?
Well,
type of sets?
I think I don't think my vibe. I'm not playing a lot of stuff that's on the radio. So like this party that I did, this Grammy party, it was Morehouse, and we were talking about this off camera, but it was Morehouse, and it was, you know, everybody was like 35 and up, and I was like, okay, well, what kind of music were they listening to at that time, and what's gonna make them feel like they're having fun, right? And we're in LA, so these niggas is coming from Atlanta and all over. Do we want it to be a stiff party? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do Dungeon Family, I'm gonna do D4, I'm gonna do all this Atlanta shit, I'm gonna do Mystical, I'm gonna do 8-Ball MJG. So I really played all that kind of stuff. So I haven't done any club stuff yet because I feel like club stuff wants you to play what's on the radio. Although, you know, hopefully with this whole connection that I got from that party, maybe I could talk about doing a residency somewhere. I mean, you can't really go around the residency thing, so I'm gonna have to get one. But I just want to be able to play shit I want to hear that's not on the radio and you ain't heard in a while. So we'll see. I mean, I hope to get a residency.
What would you say are some of the challenges that you faced so far with DJing? Like some of the most common challenges that you've come across?
I think as far as like agencies help you. I'm a one-man band, so I'm practicing. I'm trying to scratch. I need everybody like you need to make a mix. Mixing is like editing a movie. I don't have that kind of time. Okay, I gotta book myself, right? I gotta negotiate my rate. You know what I mean? So like, I would really like to get with an agency, but I hear that agencies don't want you until you pop in.
Most people like, right now don't want you until you pop
yeah,
in,
so
which
it's
is
like
weird.
right. So a lot of DJs have been telling me that I need to start throwing my own party, basically. So that's something I need to do or whatever. But I think that's the most challenging part for me right now is just trying to get booked because it's like I got so many other things to think about from the DJ standpoint that trying to think about bookings and all that kind of stuff and like or shit I'm not booked for Memorial Day. I mean that's you know what I'm saying like booking yourself that far. I don't have that kind of time to book myself like that. So I would like to get with an agency soon. I think that's my current obstacle.
Do you dedicate all your time to your craft or you into other things?
For the most part, I would like to practice more. I don't practice as much as I should. But I ain't bad though. So I ain't bad, but I would like to practice more. I would like to get better at scratching. But everybody's like, no, you don't scratching ain't that. I want to learn how to scratch better. So in a perfect world, I would like to dedicate more time to practicing and making content for Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But
what are some of your favorite DJs?
some of my favorite DJs. I love DJ Cassidy. DJ D-Nice that's the homie. Charisma is dope. I think those are it right now. I'm forgetting some people, but there's a lot of... No, my nigga DJ Casanova. That's my nigga. Shout out to DJ Casanova. He's one of my favorite DJs. Sour Milk, that's the homie.
I think I know him.
He does a reserve. DJ Casanova does a reserve on the weekends.
You know my sister.
Yeah, probably. He's super dope. I love him because he plays songs for women. I feel like DJs miss that. You know, like, yeah, you can play this trap shit, but like if the girls ain't dancing, it's not a party. Yeah, so
say that again. Louder.
Yeah, so and that's why I started DJing. I was like, but I love that about Casanova. Like he might throw on Destiny's Child. You know what I'm saying? Like and whatever else in between that. So he's definitely one of my favorite DJs. Like I said, Sour Milk, that's the homie. DJ Damage, that's the homie. It's a bunch.
Was there like a specific moment that made you want to kind of put it away? Was there like a specific moment that made you want to kind of put it away?
Put what away?
Like put away DJing. Like okay, maybe this not for me.
No, never. Nope. I know I can do it. I know I'm good at it. Nah, I mean, you know, the only thing is like obviously like I'm not making Calvin Harris money yet. You know what I mean? So it gets a little kind of like yeah.
So that kind of stuff gets a little like, geez, you know what I mean? But and I also would like to graduate from the point of like bringing my own equipment. So just pulling up a Blind Dragon and just showing up with my controller and my computer was like, oof. Have I elevated already? Are we here yet? Because plugging up that shit at the party in the backyard, oof, I do all that stuff myself.
How do you feel when you see people on social media? Because like a lot of, I don't want women to feel like I'm women passion right now, so let me try to find my words. A lot of the times when I see, a lot of the route that people try to take on social media in general is like, I'm going to do something to go viral, or I'm just going to be an Instagram baddie, and then all of a sudden I'm a DJ. All of a sudden I'm a this, I'm a that.
I get what
how do you feel about that? And like, how do you find yourself navigating through that?
You know what? I think what's for you is for you. You know what I mean? Like me and my dad, we could play on the same computer and play completely different things. Like I DJ from his computer, and he'd be like, damn, that was on there? So I think, you know, to like the Instagram girls that are DJing or whatever, they just kind of fell into it or whatever, like she doing what works for her. If I get caught up in that, I'm never gonna be who I need to be, you know what I'm saying, or it's gonna discourage me or whatever, but like I know what I can do. So, you know, I just kind of try to stay in that pocket of like what's for you is for you. Yeah.
All right, let's get a little of the mess. Tell me your best and worst DJing experience.
Best was Thursday. I'm on a high, y'all. I'm not coming down. I need something to like put a banner in my room, like don't forget this day. But that was the best time. Like I said, just being in the room with all these people that are Grammy nominated and just caked up, draped up, you know. And it was a bunch of guys. It was all guys. This is a male school, and so to hear that they got people to fund the party, it was just an idea at first, and so the party went so well that they are doing it every year. They got people to fund it, like, I mean, I had people from Morehouse like handing me their card, the LA chapter, and
That's what's up.
you know, so that was the best. And hopefully a lot comes from that. The worst was I did like an engagement party from somebody that went to another party that I did. And they were just so bougie and like, you know, I had a hair wrap on, so my hair wasn't done. They looking like, you know, it's just like the bougie black people that was just like, somebody came up to me and was like, "Are you a card reader?" I was like,
What?
Yeah, that was the bougie black.
I
was
would have
like,
I'm like, y'all would have plugged up your phone.
Am
I a card reader?
I definitely, it's
I better
right.
plug
Yeah,
up
they
y'all
literally
phone.
treat me like the help, so I'm carrying all this stuff
That's
in.
why I can't do shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the service industry, so there's that, right? So I'm carrying all my stuff in, and you know, I just felt like they just barely wanted to help me, and you know, they were nitpicking before we started the party, like weeks before, because I tried to like get
with clients.
Do you
first.
hate when people constantly come up and give you requests?
No, I actually don't. And I'm gonna get to that. So
Okay.
really quick, they were just kind of judging me a lot, and they were telling me all the stuff they wanted to play ahead of time, and I'm like, I got it. I know it's an engagement party. I know that means everybody's gonna be here. James Brown will be on, and Bruno will be on too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they just kept doing that all day, and then when I finally got going, people judge me when they see me. They think I don't know what I'm doing, or they're like, "Oh, she fine, whatever. It's cute to just see her." And then they be like, "Oh, bitch, actually can DJ." So that was probably my worst. I'll never do they shit again. Don't ever fucking call me. Like, that shit was awful.
You missed your chance.
And
huh?
your other question was requests. I love all kind of music, so it's kind of hard for me to stay in one pocket. Like, I could be in the elevator and Sheryl Crow come on and I'd be singing. So when I used to be in high school, they used to be like, "Bitch, why do you know the song in the fucking elevator?" Like, Coldplay, you know, Dixie Chick, it don't matter. So when I'm DJing sometimes, it's hard to keep up with, like, all the music there is. And then you got the 70s, the 80s, you know what I mean? It's just too much. And so people were requesting stuff at the party, and I was just like, oh my God, that's such a great song to play right now. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I'm getting paid. So I'm like, I'm not playing for me. I'm playing for you. So if you want to hear something, if it's in the flow of my shit, I'll play it. And, oh my God, Jay-Z. God bless Jay-Z. So Jay-Z this is a DJ nerd moment. I'm sorry. There's the program that we DJ on is called Serato. Once you're in Serato, you can't really get out of it to go play stuff or find songs, download new songs. So Tidal has just did a merge with the interface of Serato. You can actually find songs in Tidal while you're in Serato.
Oh, that's
so
what's up.
that night, somebody asked for a song, and I was like, I got that.
It.
So,
I got access Tidal, nigga. I got what you need.
so that, and he just did that maybe like a month ago, and it has been like a fucking dream. So I don't get upset about requests.
All right.
Sometimes I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna play it. Like one of the producers from that's getting nominated, he was like, I saw him yesterday. He's like, you didn't play my song. I just forgot. And it was Drake the Motto. Of course I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So some people do get mad. They literally come up to me later like, you didn't play my song, but
Man,
it's
that
okay.
song 5 years old.
But you know what? That song,
If it don't fit like in the flow of shit.
it actually, it wasn't that it didn't fit. It just didn't happen because there's just so many songs out there. I actually just made a mix and the motto is on it. Like, I love that song. It just slipped my mind. Yeah. So.
All right. So ideally, if you could book any gig or have a residency at any place, where would it be?
Vegas. Vegas. Here, I would like to be booked at Delilah. I love that place. Sunday nights. So I'm trying to get in there. Yeah. I would like to be on festivals. So I would like to work on that soon. I'm forgetting something. I'm doing weddings this year, too. So somebody booked me for their wedding at the party on Thursday.
They be tipping you at weddings and shit? Like,
you get a nice bag, but the thing is, it's a wedding, so it's like everybody's on edge, huh?
I said a nice bag.
You get a real nice one, but you know, it's like the engagement party. You got the mom and dad and the grandma there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I hear weddings are a pain, but
you gotta tell me when Granny leaving so I can know when I can start turning.
I mean, I have clean versions of a lot of stuff, so we can do what you want. You know what I mean? We can do the clean version. So I have So
have you done the strip club yet?
That's the goal. That is the goal. I really want to do that. Yeah.
Tell me when you get to the strip club.
Yeah, I wanna do that one day. No, you're good.
All right, Cam, you got any more questions?
Not right now, no.
All right, so my last question is, can you give us a sample of like your DJ voice when you started your set?
I don't even know my DJ voice
No?
yet. Like, literally, my mom is yelling at me because she's like, you need to get good on the mic. I don't know. Like, this past this past gig, I mean, I kind of like shouted out the nominees as I was playing their songs, but it was very like, congratulations to Cameron Corvée for Steam.
But I told you before we started recording, you have a good radio voice. Like,
Well,
you already
thank you.
have a good, like, mic voice.
Thank you.
Would you become a radio personality?
Yeah, I mean, I have journalism background. That's the plan. So it's like, you know, I have journalism background. I'm also DJing.
Like charisma type?
Yeah, so the homie's trying to connect me with her, you know, in the next couple weeks.
Shout out to her. Especially
Yeah. So that's the plan. I would like to get on radio because I'm, again, doing this DJ thing and I have journalism background. So it would make sense to get on radio. And that's why I don't have like a DJ whatever name, because I'm like, what if I want to branch into writing a book? I don't want to be like DJ whatever. So I'm just going by my name. And I'm a music person, so it's just who I am. So.
All right, well, let everybody know where they can find you.
Instagram, IESHA_IRENE, Iesha Irene. That's probably the best place.
What's up, y'all? And we're back. It is time for the check for our new listeners. We each pick a person to go in on because niggas and niggas be fucking up every day. Cameron, who are you checking this week?
I'm checking Todd and Kate from Airbnb. You know what I'm saying?
Cameron,
It's tripping.
what they do?
I don't know. I think they just judged me by my. I had an Airbnb profile picture from like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the most professional. I think they judged me for it because I was trying to get keys to this spot early because I'm gonna be occupied through the day.
Mm-hmm.
So they was just. I guess they looked at my, you know, who
They
I am
judged
as a
you.
person.
They
and
said
was
it's
like,
a no-go, sir.
Fuck no. The Cleedy people gonna be here all day. They can't do extra keys. So they kind of. So in the middle of going back and forth with them, and then I kind of being punctual with me, I missed out on a spot that was like hot, and it's kind of like one and only, like, one-on-one kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck Todd and Kate. I ain't the type of nigga to sit here and get y'all.
Don't they have a
one-star
show?
review type
Todd and
shit.
Kate plus 8? Isn't that a thing?
It's something like that, but it's really Todd and Kate. Like if I show you, it's white ass Todd and white ass Kate. Yeah, fuck y'all.
Wow, sent with slam effect.
Iesha, who are you checking this
I
week?
am checking Chris Brown and Offset. Because
Chris Brown's fights never fall through, okay? I want to see this nigga square up.
well,
for
I
us.
mean, here's
That
the
nigga's
thing.
a Power Ranger. What you mean?
Like, we all was laughing at 21. We weren't laughing at the situation, but the memes
The
were
memes
fucking
were funny.
They were funny.
They had this nigga writing raps with a quill.
Yeah,
Like it was funny to me.
It was funny. So
It's the noise.
It's the noise. Sir Savage. Like, those things were funny. It was funny. We didn't, you know, wasn't nobody trying to be all like, you know, and same with Demi. That was fucked up. They shouldn't have did that.
They
to her,
did
but
Demi
They
wrong.
did her dirty. So I'm checking.
She should have knew better.
So I'm checking Offset for that, and then I'm also checking Chris Brown for like taking it to the level of meet me at my house, nigga.
Jasmine about to stop the video. She about to get mad. Don't talk about Chris.
I love Chris, but I think there's a bigger issue at hand, and we should not be beefing over an Instagram thing when we have a black man that we all trying to save here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love 21 Savage, so I'm really sad about that. But yeah, it's just like they're getting so off track that it's like they don't even know why they mad at each other anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm not with that.
Yeah, slaughter gang for life. I feel that shit. Slaughter your daughter.
Slaughter gang. Slaughter gang for life.
I love 21. Leave my Libra brother alone, man.
Tell him what you got.
I love 21.
So the nigga gets spewed. Get spewed.
The jokes are funny. They're funny. We're not
They
saying...
were really funny.
Yeah,
I
we're
didn't
not
really
saying-
know what was going on at first. I was just
Yeah.
enjoying the laugh. I was like, oh, this nigga British. And I was like,
we're not saying
he
that.
said I got killers in all red or some shit.
And they had the red coats. It was funny.
But
I
is
mean,
it like,
people
I
really
think
get
he's like
creative on
Caribbean or
Twitter.
something, and the country is
Yeah,
a British
it's just-
colony.
yeah, exactly.
So then that's the other thing. It's
Yeah.
like we just ran with rumors and stuff, and the media is kind of making it.
Just for the jokes,
Yeah,
as usual on Twitter.
His mom has an actual British accent too.
His
She
mom has a
does.
British accent.
She does. I did see that video.
So the nigga gets spewed.
Yeah.
Camera having too much fun.
Yeah.
All right, I'm checking. So we all saw I'm sure, the pictures from the Rock Nation brunch and all the little videos.
Bitch, I'm checking them too.
I was looking for myself in the pictures, even though I knew I wasn't there.
My sister messaged me like, "How do we get in next year?" I'm like,
what do I gotta do?
I'm like, bitch, if I made it to the Grammy nominee brunch this year, maybe we can get that
we might
existence
find
too.
our way in there. But there was these two.
Yeah, I'm checking that.
It was these two light skinned girls.
You checking that?
No, I'm not. Let me finish. Why?
You ain't let me finish. That's why I'm jumping in.
Oh, okay. Look, I don't be letting people finish. So I
See?
understand. They were dancing at the brunch or whatever. I don't know who those girls are, but I started following them after this though. But anyway, they were dancing at the brunch. They were doing their little jerking shoes and stuff or
Had
whatever.
them elbows up.
And everybody was mad. Everybody was like, "It's a time and a place for everything." And oh my goodness, y'all don't really dancing and stuff. It's Beyonce and Jay-Z. Bootylicious Beyonce. Ladies leave your man at home Beyonce. Drug dealing Jay-Z. Like you think
Yeah. They were having a good time.
Like people get mad at anything. They were literally dancing at a place where there's a lot of alcohol and people are drunk. If Shiggy was there, that nigga would have been kikiing all over the damn place and nobody would have said nothing.
But the thing is, though, they weren't twerking. Number one. But like what people don't understand is that's how West Coast women dance.
And also that's what they got famous
YG
for.
Song comes on, the elbows is out. I don't care if the lashes
They
is
doing
on,
their
the
little
hair's done. That's how we dance.
She was doing everything, and that's
They
what they
just weren't
got
used to it.
That's what they got their platform for. Is for two sisters dancing. So why would they
So
not?
who are they? What are their names?
I don't know. Hold on, let me find it on my Instagram. But they have like 1 million followers or whatever.
I think they're signed to Rock Nation.
They said that they just got signed to Rock Nation. They're two sisters that just be dancing. So that's
flourish.
That's what they got there for.
So
I don't understand why everybody was so mad and everybody was doing the whole. It's a time and place for everything. And oh my gosh, how embarrassing! Look how Sarah D Ceraadi.
Okay.
But everybody was really like, I saw that all day on Twitter. Everybody was just kind of like, oh my gosh, look at these ratchet girls dancing at a brunch with a whole bunch of motherfucking people that are happy.
Ain't nobody trying to be stiff all the time.
Y'all bitches is boring. That's the real conclusion that I jumped to is y'all bitches be boring because best believe next year, if I get an email from Rock Nation talking about we're inviting brunches, you think I'm gonna be sitting there like, no, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But I might be wasting them. I'm gonna throw a little bit of ass. I'm gonna accidentally follow Michael B. Jordan. I'm gonna accidentally put my butt up against Marshawn Lynch. It's going down up at the Rock Nation brunch. To be honest,
that's the most sought after thing.
I don't like when black people do that to each other. Like acting like we have to put on this like fake ass facade.
Like I said, they don't understand how West Coast people dance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a little misconception.
Yeah,
but. Again, you was invited, like somebody else said. They was like, "There's not a Rock Nation, and you're never going to."
You're hating from outside of the club. And I'm pretty sure if they were invited,
you can't even get
in. If they were
like,
invited, I'm pretty sure Jay-Z and Beyonce knew what was up. Rock Nation
Security
knew what was up. Yeah, they didn't. They knew that this is how these girls acted, so they knew who they were inviting there.
You wasn't invited.
People dancing and doing little, toast and all kind of shit. So you can't get mad at these girls. They was having fun. Like, damn, y'all let nobody do nothing. Bitches can't dance at a brunch. I dance at brunches and they don't even be having DJs. Sometimes I put on Meg Thee Stallion myself and I just start dancing. I might start rapping Meg Thee Stallion right now. No, I know y'all be getting tired of Meg Thee Stallion. I'm just saying. But that's why I'm checking this week.
She can't rap though.
You said she can't rap.
I said she can rap.
Yeah, I like her voice.
I was about to. It was
was
about to get out of hand in here.
Episode part 2.
Yeah, it was about to get out of hand in here. I was about to go out.
She really
she nice.
She really is.
And she's cute too.
I feel so happy because y'all don't know the amount of people that have told me like, you the one that first told me about Meg Thee Stallion. I bet I am the first person that told you about Meg Thee Stallion.
Her little freestyle on that roof from like 2 years ago or a year ago.
Which
I don't remember what it is, but I know she's doing a lot of finger pointing and she on the roof somewhere.
It's 2 of them that came out around the same time that got her on.
But it was fine.
You either talking about the. Let me stop because I'll start rapping them both. Meg Thee Stallion, we love you. This is not what this portion was about, but I'm gonna say it anyway. All right, let's move on.
How was the pajama party then?
Oh my gosh, I was mad at her for a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it alone. That's not funny enough. Because when I just RSVP'd, I just RSVP'd, but now I'm realizing I should send like a picture and maybe say that I see that most of the people that she's responding to were like, I know for that time. Because of the interview? It's okay, but you know who else interview was trash? Trina. I was really disappointed in her. And Trina still not being Trina wasn't saying that. It was like, have you ever had a threesome? She was like, no, I think jealous. Have you ever did this? I was like, Trina. What's up, y'all? And we're back with our final portion of the show. It is time for the tip because we love to leave brunchism on a positive note. So, Cameron, who are you leaving a tip for this week?
I'm gonna tip all the black luxury brand designers that are trying to now like make the outbreak. Starting with what's his name? D Nice on Instagram. He does like shoe stuff where like he takes like basically doing stuff like Dapper Dan was back in the day, and like taking luxury bags, stuff like that, and making coats, trench coats out of them and stuff like that. And everybody's trying to get their buzz now that the Gucci incident is happening. You know, people that are trying to make their not that necessarily a big break, but starting to bring their black luxury brands back to the scene. So shout out to them. You know, trying to take over the game in the industry.
Shout out Royal. Shout out Shaq.
Royal versus everybody.
Royal versus everybody. Point two. You make sure that I do that. But yeah. Iesha, Irene, who you leaving the tip for this week?
My tip is related to the 21 Savage thing. So I'm gonna shout out Jay-Z for using his efforts and his resources to free 21 Savage. You know, obviously he could turn a blind eye, but he's like, you know, let me get my lawyers and my team involved as well. So, you know, that's major. So he talking about it for real, walking it like he talking.
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that. He's a
He's
big
more
homie for real.
more involved than people like give him credit for it, and people think.
And he
like,
don't do it for clout, and that's love. Like he's not.
That's how you know when it's real.
Like he don't do shit. I was like, he does so much, and he
He's
does
still
it low
talking
key.
about it.
He's not looking for a fucking press release.
He's trying to help
He's
people.
doing it because he
He's
really
just
wants
putting the money
to.
in somebody's account.
He does
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Baby Daddy numbers.
You said what?
Little baby, he looks like his father.
Oh, shut up.
Little Baby when
Wham.
Chris Brown called Offset who he's saying, but Little Baby really looks like who he's saying a little more than Offset. Said.
Nah,
That's
I'm
neither here nor
saying,
there.
nah, he take that.
I
Little
can't
Baby
with
look a
that.
little bit like what?
Yeah.
That nigga put on Instagram cocaine and don't want no smoke.
God, that was a mess.
Washing my hands with that.
Coming back
Yeah,
to
I had to take my. They was bothering me a little bit. I tried as long as I could.
You did.
This is why I haven't been invited to the Rock Nation brunch yet, because I do shit like this. I will take my lash off if it's bothering me, and it is what it is. It's not my first time, and it won't be my last. Boop. Say something. All right. I'm living in. This week I left the tip in advance for my friends last week, but I'm gonna do it again because one of my goals for 2019 was to start selling brunchism merchandise, and for my birthday, my friends got me like a brunchism merchandise starter pack. So they got me 2 shirts, these champagne glasses, phone cases, and stickers, and I just thought like. I told her I have the best friends. Everybody think they have the best friends, but mine really be like putting in that work and shit. So, you know, they kind of jump started this whole thing, and so we will be selling merch soon. So I just want to thank y'all for, you know, always being supportive and all of the things. Love you guys. 2 of you are here. The rest of you aren't. You know who you are. It is what it is. Get y'all monies in order because brunches and merch will be coming soon. And that's it. So thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of Brunchism. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you follow us or subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud. Leave a rating, leave a comment, leave a like. Email us if you want us to talk about anything. If it's boring, I will not talk about it. And
thanks for having me on here.
All right. Yes, thanks for coming. Kristen, cuss camera. No, cuss about on camera. Come on, while we rolling. Tell him.
That's all.